What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Double Money event week as well as the vehicle and property discounts. This event week is for January 30th through February 5th, 2020. I also want to quickly mention that for this event week, Rockstar is giving players $1 million just for logging into GTA Online this week. And they will also be doing the same thing for the next event week from February 6th through the 12th. So definitely make sure you get a chance to log in sometime this week and get that free $1 million. Definitely worth it. So, the vehicle I released today was the Albany v-str. The car has good customization, is a blast to drive in my opinion, especially when you drift with it. It's a lot of fun, and it's fast on the highway as well. The acceleration and handling isn't that great, and the price is a little high, all things considering. And of course, the styling is very controversial, but with almost every car, it all depends on what you're looking for, right? The current casino podium vehicle is the regular Oppressor. This bike is normally about $2.6 million with the trade price and about $3.5 million normal price, so this is definitely something you want to attempt to win from the podium. Even if you have a Mark II, I suggest still trying to get this one, because if you have the Mark II cooldown, which they gave recently with the Casino Heist update, how that when you try to call in the Mark II it gives you a 5-minute cooldown, you can call this one the regular one in the meantime to get around while you wait for that cooldown. Or if you're in a pinch and you don't want to call Moore's Mutual and wait, you can just quickly do the MC Club, get the Oppressor, get out of where you need to get out of. I find it very useful. I do it all the time. Note that you will need either the MOC or the Avenger to customize it, so keep that in mind. And to answer a popular question I get, even though most people know this already, but it has to be your own MOC or Avenger. Some people ask me, can I use my friend's MOC or Avenger to customize my Oppressor? No, it has to be yours. Also, to quickly note, even if you have the regular Oppressor already, I suggest selling the one you currently have, and you can see here mine's worth about $1.8 million. And then you can take that money and you can get the podium one for free. And then you'd have that extra, $1.5 million or 1.4 around there, because it'll cost you about $400,000 to upgrade it. So it's not that bad. And to clarify, the regular Oppressor and Oppressor Mark II are not related at all. Some people believe that the Mark II is an upgrade you install on the regular one. That's not true. They're both separate vehicles, so keep that in mind. Also, remember that the regular Oppressor was part of the gun rating update. If you guys remember, we had to research all those annoying parts. The regular Oppressor is part of that. So in order to unlock the missiles for the regular Oppressor, you have to do the research for the bunker, so keep that in mind. So if you win it from the casino podium, you don't have a bunker, you don't have an MOC, you don't have an Avenger, you won't be able to customize the thing at all. You're stuck with the crappy machine guns, so those are some things to consider. Alright, so to start off with the property discounts, we have 40% off the Hangar Workshop upgrade. So to clarify, the discount is only for the workshop upgrade. The hangar itself is still full price. We also have 40% off the Arena Mechanic upgrade. Again, this is only for the mechanic upgrade itself. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the Shotaro. This bike is one of the best all-rounders in the motorcycles class for tight racetracks alongside the Hakuchu Drag. But the Batty 801 is still extremely competitive in the class if you wheelie a lot, so keep that in mind. The Shotaro is not really necessary, but I have it, I use it. It's very consistent, very easy to I guess ride, you can say. Same thing with the Hakuchu Drag. All depends what you're looking for. Moving on to the 7 San Andreas website, we unfortunately have nothing on that one. Just wanted to quickly point that out. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 40% off the vehicle workshop upgrade for the MOC, the Avenger, and the Terabyte. Again, this is only for the workshop upgrade. And the next discounts are pretty much all weaponized vehicles, and they're all 40% off. So first one we have here is the Menacer. This is an okay vehicle, but the Insurgent Pickup Custom, I guess, is kind of like its competition, and I think it's a better vehicle in my opinion. We have the Scramjet. Rockstar loves to put this one on discount a lot. It's a fun vehicle to mess around in, but that $3 million price tag is a little hard to justify. Next up, we have the Night Shark. This vehicle is a ton of fun to mess around with and is very fast armored vehicle. It also has the tow hitch, which is a nice bonus. The only annoying thing is that it cannot be used in races, unfortunately, so keep that in mind if you end up buying it. Moving along, we have the Dune FAV. Not all that useful in my opinion, especially since you can easily get shot out of it. Not really that great. We have the half track as well, another one that's not too useful. The tracks are fun to mess around with on mountains and stuff, but for some reason it loves to steer one way when going up a steep incline, and it likes to go one way and then fall when you're trying to go up crazy steep inclines. It's almost like the tracks want to do it, but the front end just doesn't want to stay straight. The weaponized Tampa, the upgradable gun on this thing is awesome. It's a great offense vehicle, but unfortunately, one oppressor missile when you're dead. Anytime we talk about these vehicles and they use in free mode and stuff like that, you always have to factor in the annoying oppressors, and if one of them gets a lock on you and you're driving your weaponized Tampa around, you're pretty much dead. Moving on to the anti-aircraft trailer, this is a fun one to mess around with friends. I highly suggest buying it. Note that you will need a bunker in order to buy it. That's where it's stored, and then you request it through your interaction menu. The Insurgent Pickup Custom and the Pickup Custom Upgrade is 40% off as well. Do ignore my free purchase price there in the background. That was the holiday gift Rockstar gave players on December of 2018, and I've never been able to use it because it won't let me since I already own the Insurgent Pickup. I'm sure many of you still have this as well, this little free discount here, so keep that in mind. But if you were never logged in December of 2018 to get that free festive gift from Rockstar, then you should still see the purchase price there. Next we have the Ramp Buggy, one of the most fun vehicles in the game if you want to launch cars, or even little things like moving cars out of parking spaces at car meets and stuff, which Eat Up tends to do a lot. If somebody lags out and they're blocking an entry or something, we'll use that Ramp Buggy, go up underneath the car really slowly and then back out slowly, and you move the car out of the way cleanly. It's very useful at times. Note that you will need a special vehicle warehouse in order to buy it, so keep that in mind. We have the Technical Aqua. I don't really find this one useful at all. If you want a weaponized amphibious vehicle, I think the APC and Strawberg are much better choices. And also keep in mind that you will need a special vehicle warehouse in order to purchase the Technical Aqua. So another extra step there that kind of makes the APC and Stromberg a lot more worth it. They can be stored in literally almost any personal vehicle spot. And lastly here we have the infamous Ruiner 2000. This vehicle arguably has the best homing missiles in the game, and it has the exclusive interior as well, which is nice. The discount is pretty crazy. I mean, you can see the price there and then what it's discounted to, but I'm going to leave whether it's worth it or not up to you guys. I don't really think I can give too much of my opinion on this one. The only thing I can say is that you will need a special vehicle warehouse in order to buy it, but that's all I can really factor in there. And that's it for the vehicle discounts. Lots of war stock vehicles for this week, but at least they were 40% off and not 25 or 30 like Rockstar has done in the past, which is kind of annoying. So the 40% is pretty nice. Moving on to the double money stuff, we have double money in RP on VIP work and challenges. Definitely some insane money to be made from this week from those. We have double money in RP on the target assault races and the adversary mode's Deadline and the adversary mode Motor Wars. The Deadline one in particular is a lot of fun. That's the one with the Shotaro, the Tron bike style adversary mode, which I absolutely love. I highly recommend that one if you haven't done it before. It's a lot of fun to mess around with friends. Moving on to the Twitch Prime discounts for Twitch Prime members only. I will leave instructions in the pinned comment on how to become a Twitch Prime member if you aren't one already. So the discount for this week is 80% off the Pyro and 80% off the original Rhino tank. Those are some really good discounts there. And of course, you get the extra 10% off the vehicles I mentioned earlier, so some good Twitch Prime discounts are back. And lastly, we have, of course, the RC Bandito time trial Little Soul Park. This week's normal time trial is El Burro Heights, and this week's premium race is the motorcycle race, A Sign of Things to Come. I highly recommend either the Shotaro, Hakuchu Drag, or Batty 801 for that race. It's a little bit of a tricky one, so I highly recommend practicing in a regular version of a race first. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. Maybe there's a vehicle interested in getting this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.